Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Excuse my voice, I am a bit sick. I have caught a cold again. Don't worry, it's not the Rona. Nurgle has not got that far and infected me yet. But in today's video we're going to be looking at the brand new FAQ. I'm going to be looking at some of the things that stuck out for me with the Space Marines, and also we're going to be talking about the Deathguard stuff, because now we have a date for the Deathguard pre-orders. So let's jump in and let's get talking. Now before we go into the points, let's start with the turns and objective scoring. More or less the turns, because I think that is one of the biggest things to change for this. Now what you used to do in this edition at the start, when it first came out, is you used to pick who used to go first, and that was like a big tactical thing. Now it's back who to win a roll-off. So you roll some dice, and whoever gets it, that's the chap that gets to go first. Yes, it brings more balance to the game because it's all about luck. Sometimes it could be you, sometimes it could be the other player. When you knew you were going first, you deployed your units in a certain type of way, and the enemy deployed his units a certain type of way because he knew he was going second. Now it's like, all right, I'm gonna deploy these here, and if the Emperor's with me, if the Dice Gods are with me, then I get to go first, and then I'm gonna have this. So yes, it does make the game different, and it does change the objective. Sorry, not the objective, the tactical layout of the game, in my opinion. So yes, I definitely welcome that change. Now with some of the points changes, there's not a lot of point changes really in this FAQ. I did expect a little bit more, some to come down, some to come up. I wanted the Executioner tanks to come down in some type of way, but I know that was never going to happen. That was just a pipe dream for Valrak. But some of the official stuff that happened is the Eradicators, the Outriders, and the Inceptor squads all went up by 5 points. So the Eradicators went from 40 points per model to 45 points per model. The Outriders went from 45 points per model to 50 points per model, and the Inceptor squad went from 40 points a model to 45 points a model. I definitely agree with the Eradicators. The Eradicators at the moment are probably one of the things that people are spamming the most. I know we don't really have games at the moment, so it's hard to tell what the most broken things are. We're just going off the games that are being played, and one of those things in there is Eradicators, because they're just absolutely powerhouses. Outriders, one of the things I would like for Outriders to change, yes, again, the points cost is welcome, maybe. Again, I haven't really played with them, so I can't. I'm just going off what I've seen online. Maybe keep the Outriders the same, but I've always wanted the Outriders to have a 6-man squad rather than a 3-man squad. Maybe then increase the points if they are a 6-man squad, so it makes more sense in that type of outcome. The problem I see at the moment is that people like White Scars, they can only take 3 Outriders, and they're all about bikes and stuff. Maybe give them like a separate rule where their squads actually have a maximum of 6, and all the others maybe have a maximum of 3, just to make it more balanced to the narrative of that army. Inceptor squads, that is a bit of a rocker for me, because I was actually planning on adding more Inceptors to my armor, because bolters, when you bring these chaps down with Imperial Fist, bolters, it's all about those bolters. So yeah, I'll have to think about it again, but it's only 5 points. It's not like a massive thing where it's it's gone up 20 points or anything like that. It is just an extra 5 points, but those points do add up over the the cost of your armor. So yeah, it's just something to look at. Now another thing which has been fixed, and this is a welcome fix, this is the ATV Revival. So for those of you who didn't know, during this edition you could revive an ATV with a chapter apothecary, which was absolutely broken. You can't, it's not a tech marine, you can't bring it back to life. You can't put your Narfeasium in it and go give thee life, and it just like springs back from the ground. It was so broken, so they fixed that now. So the updates and the errata to that, it says changes to the second sentence of this stratagem to read: select 1 chapter apothecary unit from your armor, and then select 1 friendly chapter infantry or biker unit, excluding an invader ATV squad that is not that is not at its starting strength and within 3 inches of that chapter apothecary. So basically you can no longer revive an ATV into your armor. Yes, that is welcome, because as I say it, reviving an ATV is absolutely stupid. So yeah, that is a good change in my opinion. Looking over the Deathwatch Codex, I thought they maybe, just maybe fix some of the potential broken stuff you can do in that. Now, I'm not saying that people are doing this, but potentially it's there for you to do. Like, potentially you can bring, I think it's like 37 Outrider bikes to a game using some of the Death Watch rules, and they haven't fixed that at all. So that is still out there for people to do. I think the only reason we haven't seen that and someone's not attempted to do it in a tournament setting is just because of the pandemic that's going around at the moment, and we're not having enough games and enough tournaments being played. But I absolutely think if this wasn't the case at the moment, people would be doing that, and it would have been fixed by now. So hopefully in the future that does get a look in again, and that is toned down a bit, because that can be absolutely abused and absolutely broken. One more thing that stuck out during this FAQ, and this is thanks to you chaps, because you chaps pointed this out on my live stream last night, is the Deathwing Strikemaster. Unit size is 1 model, unit cost 95, and you can see like the Chain Fist, the Mace of Absolution, the Storm Shield, the Thunder Hammer, all the points attached to that. This is technically a Deathwing Lieutenant, if I'm not mistaken. So you'd be taking this chap and be getting your rerolls of wands and stuff with wounds. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty nice that they're adding like something new like that. I hope that it gets a new model, but I doubt it. It will get a new model. They're probably just going to say, you know, paint up your bloody another Deathwing model and paint it this way with a certain marking on it, and that's your Deathwing Strikemaster. But yeah, I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback on that from the Deathwing players. What do you think of a Deathwing Strikemaster? Does that excite you when you can deep strike in and purge everything in sight in the Lion's name? And lastly, let's talk pre-orders and let's talk Deathguard, because now at the bottom of the latest Deathguard article, there's a lot of information to go with this. We'll probably do another video dedicated to this at all, but I just want to speak about the release schedule now, because it says, don't forget to pre-order the new codex on Saturday, the 16th of January, and catches us next week as we preview even more rules, relics, and stratagems. So next week is all going to be about the Deathguard, their new rules, what they're going to be getting. The Deathguard are looking very, very strong on the tabletop now. The Disgusting Resilient new rule, I know, has had a lot of people talking, but 2 Wound Plague Marines and, you know, all the stuff that goes along with that. They've got this brand new contagion abilities with the battle round. The contagion gets bigger and bigger and bigger, so if you get to like round +4, the contagion range is like 9 inches, which is, yeah, it's something really to think about now. That Deathguard, I personally think that Deathguard could be one of, if not the top armies when it comes to Warhammer 40,000 after they get their codex. Some of the stuff that's previewed looks very, very hard, but again, that is just my personal opinion. Now, what does this mean for the Space Marine stuff? Now, we know that GW is releasing on a 2-week schedule now, so if that is coming on the 16th, that means it's releasing on the 23rd, and then we're going to have another 2 weeks before anything else is on pre-order. So I don't think we're going to have any Space Marine stuff this month, chaps. So that means the Blade Guard, the Heavy Intercessors, the Heavy Intercessor Captain, all that stuff that we Space Marine fans have been wanting for so long, I don't think we're going to be getting this month. When it's going to be coming, I have no idea. I was actually really, hoping that maybe the Dark Angel Codex would come this month as well, along with the Deathguard Codex, because they did start to put some articles out there about, about the Rock and stuff over on the Warhammer community website, just to, start speaking about Dark Angels, and that's what they normally do before the Codex drops. They start putting these articles out to get the hype up. And they also put an article out about the Storm Speeder, remember, a couple of weeks ago as well, about that's going to be coming at the first half of 2021. So I was like, oh, maybe that's going to be January then, but maybe it's going to be the next month now. So hopefully February. If not February, then I absolutely have no idea when. So fingers crossed we get some more information about that. Anyway, Chaperonios, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching as always. I would love to get your thoughts and feedback on this. I know I've only really stuck my head into the Space Marine FAQs. I even looked at the Custodes, some of the Xenos stuff, the Sisters. For you people who have been playing those armies, who have been looking at those FAQs, I would love to get your feedback on that. Is there any major changes that have improved your army, that have made your army a bit crappier? Post it down below, and we can have a nice little healthy talk about it down there, as we always do. See you now. Have a great day. Enjoy yourselves, and bye-bye.